What does collaborative working look like in a competitive world? The restaurant business was one of the most affected sectors during the pandemic. For the first few months, the shutters were down. And even when the outlets were allowed to reopen, footfalls were unprecedentedly low. As a consequence, there have been huge job losses and layoffs, and we are probably seeing the impact of that even to date. McDonald's was no exception to this trend. It so happened that during the lockdown and the pandemic in May 2020, McDonald's in Germany was almost on the verge of layoffs. At the same time, Aldi, a German grocery chain, was facing workforce shortages. McDonald's did not want to lose its valuable people, but at the same time, it was not in a position to sustain them either. As one of their spokespersons said, we had to cut staff time because restaurant hours were limited as a response to the outbreak. But we still wanted to give the staff a possibility of work, earn some extra cash, and there was, of course, a lot to be done to make sure that our communities could get food items that they needed. That's when the two companies, McDonald's and Aldi, entered into an agreement wherein McDonald's staff would work at Aldi's grocery chain on a voluntary basis. The deployment of McDonald's employees at two of its stores, Aldi South and Aldi North, created temporary employment for them and also saved their jobs. McDonald's employees were free to return to their parent company once the situation returned to normal. So it was one of those employment contracts which were drawn up, which was truly unique and made to order for the times that they were. This way, McDonald's was able to avoid laying off of their employees, and Aldi managed to fulfill their immediate requirement for talent. It was not just a simple case of failure of one turning out to be an opportunity for another or a stepping stone for another, but it was a win-win situation for all. When we cooperate instead of competing, we are able to pool our resources and create something that is greater than the sum of its parts. I'm sure you've been part of or you've observed some such collaborations. I would love to hear more about them. Do share in the comments.